food shortage report and some massive price increases that we're seeing in the grocery stores. Let's discuss. Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another coffee rant with Dano and Frank, our Patriot Bald Eagle. You have to hit pause on this video to get your coffee or whatever beverage you deem necessary. It's going to be a lengthy discussion. So today we are going to be discussing different items that we are getting in from our viewers that are in short supply. And we have another list of items that are skyrocketing in price. So let's get right to it here. I hope everybody's having a good Monday so far. I hope I don't put a damper on that with this video. I get to a point where there's just so much going on that I try to just put it all together at least once a week to try and go over what's going on and what's disappearing, what's reappearing, what prices are going up, what prices are coming down. Everything with food in today's video. Let's first start off with some of the food shortages that we've been hearing from some of our viewers. Number one on the list has to be potatoes. Now, over the last couple weeks, I've kind of been pointing out where they've been in short supply. I went to Meijer today, and they're literally rearranging their potato aisle because they just don't have them. Very little supply. This is something where if you have a garden or if you have a home, if you have a house with a backyard, might be a good idea to start growing some of these items like potatoes. Maybe start growing some onions as well. It's easy to just plant them and forget about them. You know, give them water like anything else, but they are very easy to grow and you can grow in masses of them. It's been an issue. It really has. We've gotten several comments over the last couple weeks on potatoes, and I've been seeing less and less, bigger bags, which is funny because we've discussed how we had kind of assumed that we were going to see just bigger bags of these kind of items in the future. Like we saw it with onions for a while, and then we're seeing onions come back in like where you can buy your own and single onions, which haven't been in very short supply, but we've noticed they're getting very expensive. Onions have gone through the roof. We're seeing other different types of greens and stuff that have been getting really expensive, like asparagus, different things, even like cucumbers. Cucumbers are starting to get really expensive. We've seen mangoes come down in some regular price. Like today, I saw them for $1.65 a piece. Regular price, on sale for 99 cents. Well, we saw the regular price at Aldi for 89 cents. That was $1.35 about a week ago. So one thing is coming down. Mangoes are surely coming down. Some stores not quick enough. I'm curious to see what the regular price is going to be at Kroger when I go there here in a couple days. Regular price had come down to $2.19, and they were on sale a little bit. Hopefully that regular price keeps dropping. That's usually when we start getting flooded with comments on different products, is when we see them literally double in price. Now, there were issues with mangoes, so I guess they're coming in now. Another issue we are having with that are some massive shortages is canned tomatoes. Canned tomatoes, I keep getting emails. A couple of our longtime viewers, some new viewers also, sending me photos of different places, even Walmart, where they didn't have like any Hunt's tomatoes. No Hunt's canned tomatoes. Rotel was very... And the surprising thing is that it's not like they're on sale or anything. They're just not getting them in. And we're seeing that everywhere. Now, today at Meijer, I saw a good amount of diced tomatoes. But the thing is that this is why I like what we do on the channel here, is people put these things out here. You know, they let us know what state they're in. I know one was from one of our longtime viewers in Colorado, and they literally showed me in a photo what it looked like at their Walmart. And I believe it was another store, but you didn't name what store it was. And then there was one out west as well. Viewer did not say what store it was, but showed that there was. It kind of looked like Kroger. So I don't know if it, you know, if you were the one who posted that, make sure you let us know which store it was. And I did reply to the email asking what store, but haven't gotten a reply back. But anyway, that has been a big one going on for a few weeks. Now, interestingly enough, we've also seen where Walmart has been low or out of their sugar. Now, it's kind of funny because we just saw their 10-pound bags of sugar go from $7.68 to $8.17. This is This is nothing new. This went up almost a month ago now, and we're not seeing them. Now, we saw where the prices actually dropped on the 4-pound bags, which is kind of interesting because usually it goes the other way around. There's been some of our viewers that have not seen 4-pound bags of sugar. So, reason why we're putting this information out here is so that if you go to Walmart or if you go to your store, these are things that we're seeing shortages of, right? A lot of people, even me, I'm seeing, I haven't seen 10-pound bags of sugar at Walmart in a couple weeks. Okay, so just putting this out here so that in case you go to the store and you need sugar, you might want to pick up one just to know you have. It's been an issue. Another issue has been salt. Now, as to where we haven't had any issues with salt, we continue to get flooded with comments on salt not being in a lot of places. A couple of them was Dollar Tree. Dollar Tree and salt has been, sugar has been an issue at Dollar Tree as well. That's been an issue with us. Also, it's rare I go into Dollar Tree and see regular sugar, like the 1-pound boxes that they have, for $1.25. Yeah, they're usually gone. But that is a hot seller at Dollar Tree. But again, with the shortage and everything else, we want to make sure we're putting this out here so you guys are aware. Now, going to go back and forth on some of these things because as we go along, we've been seeing some major price increases at the stores. A couple things that I wouldn't have expected as of yet, but we have seen and read in several articles over the last few months that we're going to be short on things like tuna and salmon, and they're talking like canned products of tuna and salmon. I thought originally they were talking about, like fresh fish, out of the sea and into your home type deal. No, they're talking about cans because of the shortage of cans and aluminum and products that they use to process the different cans and stuff like that. That is why a couple of the articles we read were talking about shortages of these type of products. Well, someone had mentioned the other day that they haven't been able to find any canned salmon. We've been finding it everywhere around here, but if I eat a lot of canned salmon, I'm going to stock up on a couple of them because as soon as somebody puts something on the channel here and lets us know where you are, and this was in Indiana. This was out west of Indianapolis, I believe. And it's like, that's pretty close. That's pretty close to here. As a matter of fact, I-70 and 74 both come through Ohio. 70 goes through Dayton. 74 comes dead ends right into Cincinnati. So I have to think that if we're having a shortage that close, chances are it could be hitting here in Cincinnati as well. Now, I will say I've been seeing some empty shelves lately on some things. Today I went to Meijer, and that video will be out tomorrow morning, 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time, if you would like to check that out. But I noticed that they had a huge clearance on peanuts, on a lot of different peanuts and fancy peanuts and stuff like that. It's like almost an entire aisle full. And it got me thinking, and I remembered seeing this last week, but I didn't talk about it. Well, we've been getting comments from older videos, some videos like when we went to Big Lots and Ollie's. Some of our viewers have said that they're seeing a lot less of these different peanuts and cashews and stuff at like Big Lots and Ollie's. Now, as to where I haven't seen too much of an issue with that, okay, at least around here, it could be getting in short supply. But I know viewers on the channel who shop at Big Lots just for some of the fancier peanuts and stuff. Some of the Superior and Imperial nuts, the ones that are like extremely hard to find anywhere else. Well, today, like I was saying, is at Meijer was like, they're gone. They're gone. A lot of their fancier peanuts and cashews and all that stuff. They have Planters. They got Planters. They actually got a pretty good sale going on Planters too. And they had, some of their Meijer ones, but I mean, it's just the clearance thing. I mean, it just goes to show like it did not last long. I'm curious what they're going to be putting in that aisle because it's like empty. They clearance that stuff out, and I don't think it's coming back in. So some of these things I wanted to talk about, mostly I wanted to touch on some of the different shortages that we're seeing, some of the empty shelves that we've been seeing, some different crackers as well. Now, I was looking today, I did find Zesta crackers. Okay, they did have Zesta crackers at Meijer. One of our longtime viewers has been, looked at a couple different stores and hasn't been able to find Zesta. This was an issue a couple years ago. We thought Zesta was going out of business because we didn't find them for months. And then there was an issue with the premium Nabisco crackers, the saltines. Those weren't coming in either a couple years ago. And then what happened? What was once $2.49 to $2.99 jumped up to $5. $5. Sales aren't sales anymore, guys. Even it's like the sales that I saw today at Meijer. I don't know. It's just not a good deal anymore. Meijer has that 5 for 5 deal going on, where you have to buy multiples of 5. There are some okay sales on that, and if you shop at Meijer, I do recommend you check out the video. There are some deals. I tried to focus on mostly the deals, but you guys know me. It's like I start seeing these things, and it's hard not to talk about. It's hard not to talk about things that I see jump up in price like crazy, which is next on our huge price increase here is meat. Meat, steak, hamburger. We're seeing issues with hamburger. There's been a lot of issues with hamburger in the news lately, with Walmart having that recall on like 16, and this recall may be getting bigger. I don't know. I know it covered a lot of eastern states. The 16,000 pounds, 16,284 pounds, I think it was, unless it is increased, which is highly likely because we see these increases happen with different recalls. So anyway, we've been having issues with hamburger. That could explain why I saw that 10-pound chub at Walmart for over $37. $37 at Walmart. I mean, that could have something to do with the E. coli that they found in the 16,000 pounds, which has already been recalled, right? Chump change for a place like Walmart. But that could be part of the reasons why we're finally starting to see some heavy increases in hamburger. Before, like a year ago, it was steak. I mean, not even a year ago, like the end of summer, right? And I have a feeling we're going to see some better deals here on steak as we go along, and you better buy them up. Maybe vacuum seal it, use that food saver thing if you have one, or whatever. Just pack it away somehow, get the best deal out there. I saw sirloin today. Sirloin for $7.99 a pound on sale. You know what the regular price is? $11.99 a pound. I mean, am I the only one here? Like, I mean, this is sirloin. This is cheap quality meat. This is like one of the cheapest you can get. $11.99 a pound regular price. I saw their hamburger for $6.49 a pound with nothing else on sale. I think that's the one thing that kind of didn't worry me, but I mean, it's kind of alarming when you're looking around at one of the stores that you shop at every week, and it's like, where are the sales? Like, you have your 5 for 5 mix and match deal going on, but it's like nothing else. Nothing else. I mean, other than a handful of things that really aren't good deals. When I say sales aren't sales anymore, they're not. When you're paying 50 cents more than what the regular price was last year, sure, it went up to this whatever price, but 50 cents off, I'm still spending 50 cents more than what I was a few months ago or even a year ago. Who cares? It's like it's still at sale price. It's still 50% higher than what it's ever been. And it's getting harder and harder to, you really gotta open up the brain. You gotta open up the mind and think, well, what can I cut out? What can I add? What can I subtract? Or you just pay the price and no judgment here. Buy whatever you want. Like I said in yesterday's video, I was like, you know what? Everybody works hard. Buy what you want, Just be mindful of it. Know that you're spending a lot more than you ever have. And I'm sure everybody can agree with that. There were a couple more shortages I wanted to talk about here. Frozen vegetables have come back into the conversation. A lot of these being store brands. Now, somebody through Giant Eagle, a store I've never visited, but I want to, said that a lot of their store brand or a lot of their frozen vegetables were very low. Someone else, we had another one from Kentucky, just south of here, talking about Great Value vegetables being gone, only having a couple of them. If you saw the video where we went to Walmart the other day, they weren't gone, but I could see where they would be soon. I was there very early, and we've seen Walmart where they've been out of frozen vegetables. I didn't go over it today, but Meijer had an okay amount. But one can argue Meijer's frozen vegetables aren't as good as some others. I would rather have like Kroger or Walmart or anywhere really. I mean, it's okay. I guess if it's all there is, we will make sure that we point it out to, at least show you another place. The only thing about Meijer, though, is that there's not Meijer everywhere. That's why we cover a lot of these other places. We have to cover within the means of what we can to cover around the country and around the world. A lot of these things, guys, produce is going through the roof. Produce is getting very expensive. Meat is too. You know this by what you see at Walmart. When you see produce getting unaffordable at Walmart, you know it's not going to be too long until it starts getting unaffordable everywhere. I think Walmart does this kind of on purpose because they want to set the standard for what they know probably is going to be going up in other stores. I kind of look at it as like a measuring stick. Okay, if it's this high at Walmart, how long is it going to be until it's unaffordable at Meijer or Kroger or Piggly Wiggly or Harris Teeter or Food for Less or Winco or, all these other places. We look at produce at like Sam's Club and Costco, and yeah, you can say it's better quality. It's better quality, but you're going to pay for it. I mean, it's expensive. And look at what the prices of hamburger went up to at Sam's Club. $4.34 a pound. And I know you can say, well, Dan, that's really, compared to everywhere else, that ain't too bad. But that's a huge price increase from what was $3.88 to $3.98 a pound. Even $4.18 a pound when we saw it go up last year, we saw it come back down pretty quickly. We're seeing the we're seeing things be priced as marked at like Sam's Club. Now, it looks like Aldi has done away with that, and that is kind of why I think that Aldi is going to be raising prices on other things. Now, as to where they claim that they're going to be lowering 250 products, which we've already seen some of them, okay, like the chicken. They had that price this March before. They got some pretty good prices going on with like chicken legs, 99 cents a pound. The chicken breast went down to $2.19 a pound. And it must be staying there because they're keeping the price on that. Now, there are some stipulations to that could raise those prices again. Hopefully not, but I think we're going to see some other things go up at Aldi. Hopefully not. Hopefully it stays that way. But I don't know. I was a little disappointed with Meijer today. And as I was putting together this list, I wanted to kind of compare some of the things that we're seeing or not seeing in different places. Now, let's talk about different hair care and soap products. Okay? Now, this is something, we usually talk about all food on the channel, but we've got to talk about these things as well. It's getting big. Okay? We're seeing prices on soap, dish soap, these kind of things really start to go up in price. And not only that, what's happening? Okay? Like, I'm looking at places that normally carry, like, huge amounts of different soap, like Dove. Let's take Dove because that's the most expensive now. For whatever reason, that soap has gotten crazy unaffordable. I mean, not completely unaffordable, but it's like, if I was on a really tight budget, I would be looking at some other soaps. Irish Spring, which it's gone up as well, still half the price of Dove. And now we're seeing stuff start to disappear. We're seeing things disappear on like Dove soap and places in Dollar Tree that Dollar Tree may have to quit selling things like Dove soap and some of these other soaps. Even Dial is starting to go up in price. Now, Dial's my favorite soap. That's always been my favorite bar soap. But we're getting a lot of comments on these things as well. Different soaps asking me to talk about some of these things. And yes, I know, just covering, we need to cover more stuff. We really do. We need to cover all these things as well. We do. We see these things in short supply. Now, as to where, like, they may not carry as much at, like, Walmart, we do see a lot of Dial soap at, like, Kroger and some other places. I mean, it's not like it's gone. But Dove, seeing a lot of it go away, come back at a higher price. That's what we see. So not only are we seeing a shortage of it, that's what it is. They're working out the logistics, and then they're going to charge more. Dove must be doing really well. They must be doing really... There must be a lot of people out there that buy Dove soap, because I don't know how they justify some of these prices. 2 bars of soap, little teeny tiny 4-ounce bars of soap, for daggone near $5. Everywhere you go. I mean, except for Dollar Tree. That's what I'm saying. Dollar Tree is going to get priced out on this, because why would they sell it for $1.25? Or if you really love Dove soap, maybe you should get it at Dollar Tree while it lasts. Stock up on it. Another reason why we talk about these things. So if you know somewhere cheaper to get these products, go get them. Go get them because everything keeps going up in price. Everything. I'll tell you guys, it is just, it's a whirlwind of events. It's a crazy world. Things keep going on. Cars getting unaffordable. My mom right now, she's looking for a car. And it's like, they're so expensive. It's like you don't know what to go with. Take housing. Housing has gone through the roof. I don't see any signs of a crash. We thought it would have happened by now. But it's a world where people are too afraid to sell. They're too afraid to buy. And when you have those two things butting heads, it's like nothing's going to break. People are just going to stay where they are. And I can't say I blame you. Can't say I blame you because you sell your house, right, for whatever amount, X amount. What are you going to buy? What are you going to get? You may not get the same quality house of what you had before. It might be better to just build stuff in your house, build an extension, build like that nice living room or something that you've always wanted, or huge walk-in shower, that's probably what a lot of people are doing because it doesn't make sense to sell. It's not that it's unaffordable. And you add food, things that we have to have, you add food on top of that, it's like, it's seen in the grocery stores. It all starts with food. Which is another reason why this is what we deal with on the channel. Everybody has to eat, Let's see. I know we've been hearing some shortages on bread. Okay, so the couple who had mentioned bread, let me say this. Next week, make sure you let me know down in the comments. If it is the first week, if you just noticed, we got things coming up too. We got Memorial Day, stuff like that. I have seen very small amounts of bread. But I've kind of held off. Okay, we're going to wait until the following week before we start discussing that for at least around here. We got a couple comments, though, on some different shortages of bread, mostly buns. If you saw the video where me and Jessica were making those banana boats and doing a grill out, there was a lot of buns gone. A lot of buns and some other bread. Sunbeam was very low. I feel like these things are going to continue to be low. Oh, and pasta. Pasta, okay, that's a big one. We should probably discuss that because I've been noticing pasta low everywhere. Not out, but very low. Store brands are getting near bought out. I noticed at Meijer today, their store brand was very low as well. They pull everything forward so it looks, but if you look behind, it's like, ooh. This could be gone within a day. And some of these stores like Walmart, you see the section of pasta that they have at our Walmart. It is so tiny. They have to have a pallet or two in the back. Because, that stuff is gone in a couple hours. And as to where we barely saw any the other day, it was the morning time, right? And maybe they just didn't put it out the night before, or they're not getting it in. So again, just letting you guys know, these are some of the comments that we've been getting in the channel. Pasta's been a big one. We've got several comments over the last couple weeks on different spaghetti being low. A couple of our viewers also mentioned Aldi. Our Aldi looked like it had a decent amount of spaghetti. I will say the pasta sauce, though, was very low. I didn't go over that. They have one lane open at our Aldi, okay? And then the rest are self-checkouts. And the line was extended way past the pasta, so I wasn't going to get in anybody's way, but I was going to check it out. Pasta looked okay. A little low, but nothing to really talk about. And then some of the pasta sauce was very low. So, but we've been getting comments on it. So if you like that Regano pasta or some of the Priano pastas, next time you go to Aldi, you may want to get one or two just to know you have it. That's another thing too. I didn't see any of the Priano sauce. Now the one we always get comments on are the Regano, probably because it's the cheapest. But the Priano sauce, I didn't see the box, but again, there was a very long line extending past that. They did have ramen noodles. Somebody said that you haven't been able to find ramen noodles at your Aldi in a couple or a few weeks. They did have it. I do believe it went back up in price. I know we've seen it go back up in price everywhere. Walmart went back up to $3.68. I think Kroger is $3.68. Now Kroger's $2 now on the 6-packs. Okay, which that does make Dollar Tree makes a little more sense there. Now at our Dollar Tree, we've seen where they've gotten rid of the Nissan Top Ramen 5-packs. They have that other brand there. I'm not even sure what it's called, but it's in like the solid red bag. And I haven't seen the chicken one. I've only seen the beef. But it's $1.25 for 5 packs. Better deal than Kroger, but I've never tried that one at Dollar Tree, so I really don't know what the taste is like or anything like that. So, and you may want to check out the ingredients. It's been another issue around the channel lately, is a lot of these canned goods and stuff that are changing ingredients. And there's been some, I know I got some comments on the Great Value corn, how they've changed ingredients on the corn, how there's a lot more sodium in it now. And I don't know, I haven't checked the ingredients at ours. We've been buying Del Monte for a while. But we need to continuously check on the ingredients. I know some people say for me to read ingredients on the videos and stuff. I can't do all that, guys. I mean, I've tried. I have. And it just takes too long. It takes too long, and it's like the videos just would be enormously huge. And I know some of you would appreciate, longer videos and stuff, but I like to keep the videos 30 minutes or less. If I go over 30 minutes, then it's usually somewhere where I've never been before, and we're just kind of like scoping out a bunch of new things, and a lot of that information I don't want to just can out of the channel. But when I go into editing, you guys got to think too, I'm doing like an hour to an hour and a half's worth of footage that I trim down into 30 minutes or less. Usually less. A lot of it's usually just me messing up. Like, hey, we're at Kroger. Oh, wait a minute. No, we're here at Walmart. Those kind of things. But, guys, we just got to pay attention. We got to make sure that we're paying attention to all this stuff. All these different prices. We said that these things were going to be going up months ago. Sure enough, they are. Oh, yes, and I almost forgot. Rice. We've been getting a lot of comments on shortages of rice out west. Okay, like California, Arizona. I think one of our longtime viewers from Arizona was saying that prices were really starting to go up on rice. I did see at our Walmart the other day where rice was very low. It looked like they had a lot because they had it spread out of the ones that they did have. It was like there was like 3 or 4 different kinds, and it was just spread out all over the aisle. I didn't go over it. I probably should have. Dry beans seem like they're going up in price as well. I didn't notice any price increases at Walmart. That was another time too. Sometimes, there'll be a lot of people in an area, and I never get in anybody's way, ever. I don't bother anybody. And I just wasn't able to get back and around. Plus, the video was already at a pretty long length. But next time we go, we'll check it out. But that's been another issue. Not so much in Ohio. Like I said, it was our viewers out west. We haven't, surprisingly, we'll have to see. If there's anybody out east around New York, maybe southern, or anywhere out around the East Coast, let us know if there are any shortages of rice out on the East Coast, anywhere, let us know. Or if the prices, if you've noticed that the prices have been going up, because it's weird, because usually when we get a lot of comments from out west, like California, on some of these shortages or price increases, usually the same thing is happening in New York. Like, for whatever reason, when it comes to like rice and stuff, we seem to have the same exact issues. And I wonder if that's because of the many different cultures and stuff like on the East and West Coast. I'm sure that has something to do with it. But if you live out in the New York area or anywhere on the East Coast for that matter, keep us updated if you see any price increases on rice or some significant shortages. Now, I will say one of the biggest places that I've ever gone to get to see rice, to show rice, is Jungle Jim's. Jungle Jim's in Fairfield, Ohio, and there's one out on the east side of Ohio, Cincinnati. They usually have mountains of rice. And they could be getting them back in, but the last time I went to Jungle Jim's, it was significantly lower. Still a massive amount. Okay, there was still tons, but it was significantly lower than I've ever seen it before. So take that for what you will. Jungle Jim's is an international food market that buys things like rice and all this stuff from all around the country and all around the world. And, you may pay a little bit more for it, but they're paying for it too, by getting it shipped from wherever. I mean, Jungle Jim's International Market is one of the coolest places on earth. They have a huge farmers market and international market built inside. I don't even know how many square feet. A couple 100,000. It's huge. It's enormous. I mean, it's an amazing place. But and that's the thing. Like, Jungle Jim's manages to find everything. some things will be very expensive. Because and this is the thing, places like Kroger and Walmart, Aldi, Trader Joe's, as we visited the other day. If you happen to miss our Trader Joe's video, make sure you check that out. I'll leave that right here so you can click on that video if you happen to miss it. Me and Jessica had a blast. It's nice to see it. We never get to Trader Joe's. It was nice to see a bunch of different foods. I will say Trader Joe's has a lot of healthy options. We were reading a lot of ingredients on different things. We don't do it in the video because, like I said, it kind of takes a while. And it's like when I'm reading things like that too, to me, it sounds kind of boring. I'm sure that it would be interesting to some of you, but I don't know. It's like when I'm reading it with the camera and everything, it's not as easy as you might think. But make sure you're checking the ingredients, because if we see things get cheaper, that could be a sign that they're maybe cutting something out, okay, or maybe adding sodium to make the taste better or something. We all need to be checking that out. Look at it here. Here we are over 30 minutes. But I'm not going to edit this video because this is some important information that we need to get out here. Guys, continue to keep everyone updated on the channel if you are noticing any different shortages or price increases on foods in your stores around the country or around the world. We have people from all around the world now who tune in to watch the Adventures with Dano. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Have a great night.